This is from 1 Corinthians 16 I was reading. And so I'm going to share with you 8 and
First
9.
Corinthians. Okay.
16, yeah. So I'm going to share with you 8 and 9. But I will stay on at Ephesus until Pentecost, because a great door for effective work is open to me, and there are many who oppose me. And the reason I was going to mention this one to you is because I read that last one, because a great door for effective work has opened to me, and there are many who oppose me. Now, if I were writing that, I'd go, but there are many who oppose me. Like, like, woe is me, there's a great opportunity, but.
Yeah.
Or I'd be going, but there are many who oppose me. Like, aren't I wonderful? I'm going to go for this great opportunity, but. Like, it's either you're kind of like victim and, or righteous or something. And I thought, Paul put an and. It's like, he's so matter of fact. A great door for effective work is open to me, and there are many who oppose me. So it's like they go together. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a fact, right? He just doesn't make a big deal out of it. This is the
Yeah.
way it is. It's kind of like peanut butter and jam. Like, they just
they would just naturally
go
fit
together. Now,
Yeah.
there may times when you might just have peanut butter, you might just have jam. So there are times when there's an opportunity and people won't oppose you, and there are times when people are just going to plain oppose you because there's no opportunity. You know what I mean? But he's saying it's like so matter of fact. That's what I really like about Paul.
Even when the other ones, I remember that passage. Even when the other ones were right to oppose him, because he's going to get he's going to get killed. But they were right. So, and they were talking through the Spirit. I remember reading that. That's really fascinating. And then, but Paul is supposed to go anyways. And so it was even for like I was thinking, okay. So I read a commentary about it just to make sure I was kind of getting it right. And in the commentary, it's pretty clear that it did say that. God works through the Holy Spirit through the people who opposed him. They didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't fake, and that is okay. But Paul going, the Spirit told Paul to go. The Holy Spirit told Paul to go, and that's okay. So both are right. It's amazing, and both are being sanctified, and that's the point. The people who have concern, the Spirit's telling them, don't go. The other ones, they're telling Paul, the Holy Spirit's telling Paul to go. Yeah, it's a fascinating, one of those fascinating passages. Yeah, I mean, it really, I was trying to figure it out. And because it's not that easy to figure out. Uh, just because of it seems like contradictory. And of course, we know the Bible is not contradicting itself. That's number one. And so this is all for God's purpose, for his sanctifying. And what I thought was, like when we go to church and that, and somebody's saying, oh, we should do this, and the Spirit told me to do this. Well, actually, the Spirit told me to do that. So you must be wrong because, I really prayed on this and that. But that would be wrong to say that. Well, it'd be wrong to say that anyways. But do you know what I mean? Like, how can I explain it? It's okay for someone to disagree with me, and the Spirit told him to say that.
Yeah.
Gina, I prayed last night, and the Holy Spirit says to warn you, don't go on that mission. Go on this other mission. And they're being sincere of heart. And I'm saying, well, have all kinds of assurances, and the Holy Spirit wants me to go to that. So, and that's it. And so, if I'm going to do it anyways. Paul's going to do it anyways. He'll get persecuted. And they even showed how he's going to die, and I think in that passage.
Yeah, and also there was that other passage you just reminded me of where they were crying for him not to go.
Yeah, that's it.
They're
Pleading, yeah.
Like, I don't know if they were at the beach. I got that picture in my mind. And here they are at the beach and they're pleading for him, don't go. They don't want him to go. And he's saying, well, no, I'm going to go. And they were also saying, the Spirit is telling us, don't go.
Don't go, yeah.
I mean, it's right in the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's I mean. So so I think that's a great, for me, it's a great lesson when that happens to me again. Because other times I'm thinking, oh, they can't be. Maybe they're scared. I was making justification for the people who told me don't go. right? And that, but there's yeah, I remember, yeah, I can remember the whole scene, and then I thought, well, their fears came out. But no, the Bible's made it really clear. The Holy Spirit told them sincerely, and the Holy Spirit told Paul sincerely.
Yeah.
And so Paul went, and you know, from that he was persecuted and that. But yeah, it's an amazing passage. So, like I said, for me, that means why would I argue with a brother or sister who's saying don't go? I'd say, well, thank you very much, even a pastor, but the Spirit really wants me to go. And if they really have trouble with it, I'd lead them to that passage. You read this, you're not wrong. You're sincere when you're doing that. And I'm sincere when I do this, praying to God, asking for the assurances. And yeah, yeah,
And
it's
then when you
fascinating.
go and things go wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, I shouldn't have gone. See, they were right. You were wrong.
No, you're right.
Mm-mm.
You can't do
No,
that.
you
That'd
can't
be
do
very
that.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's right. One of the missions we were on, someone said that why you shouldn't have gone, I guess, like that. And I didn't argue with them, but I'm just, yeah, God's in control as long as I'm striving to do God's will. Those other people are striving to do God's will, and in the church have the harmony. Yeah, yeah, I think that's really, really, really important there for sure.
Mm.
I love this tea.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hot.
Have you had any experiences? Put it in the comments below, right? If you've had experiences where both have been true at the same time, or there's been opportunity and at the same time you've been opposed, or the
Yeah.
Bible is the gospel has
Yeah.
been opposed.
The other thing is, if that's happened to you and you're upset with those people and they seem sincere, so they're standing strong on it, and they should because if that's from the Holy Spirit. But you're standing strong because you know what the Holy Spirit has guided you through all the different assurances and prayer. So, in other words, it'd be a great time to say, let's talk about this, what happened, and the difference between us. Look what I read, and read the passage and just discuss it back and forth, and reconciliation can happen. Because that's really necessary in the church. The whole bitterness on what the Holy Spirit said to one person and it was correct, and the Holy Spirit says different to another person and it was correct for God's glory, for our sanctification, then we should get in the middle of that maybe, and just it's a great lesson. Thanks for sharing that, Linda. It really is. It's a really good lesson. It's fresh in my mind because I read it about 3 weeks ago. Good.
All right.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks for
God
the
bless.
tea. God bless.